Welcome back to the KIX 96.5 Morning Show. We love featuring artists you should know about on the show, and today we're heading to Florida to chat with singer-songwriter Kearney. Casey was born and raised in the Florida Panhandle. Now she lives there with her husband and 3 kids. She's had a different path, though. She didn't start doing music until she had a family. Her debut EP came out in 2016, and she hasn't stopped. Her latest release, Born to Rodeo, just came out last week. We're excited to have Casey on the show. First, Casey, thanks so much for coming on.
Happy to be here. Thanks.
Yeah, wow. Well, you're changing diapers and you start playing chords on the guitar.
Basically, yes.
What led you to that? I mean, I've not ever heard that, Casey.
Well, I really was one of those things that I was playing at church a little bit, just singing with just in a group and everything. And I had terrible stage fright, but I had like stuff that was just in me that wanted to come out. You know what I mean? Poems and just words and songs. And I don't know. My sister ended up getting a pink glitter electric guitar for Christmas, and she wasn't interested. And I was like, I want to learn how to play that. So it kind of all just kind of started all at one time. Get over the stage fright, learn to write songs, and I want to play that pink guitar.
Yeah, for sure. What'd your husband think?
He's always been super supportive. So he always thought, I never really knew I could even sing, till I was up older. I mean, I was 26-ish, and I was giant pregnant with my 3rd kid before I actually played guitar and sang on stage at church for the first time. So
wow.
It was, it was nap times and laundry loads, and late in the middle of the night, that's when I was learning how to play. So everybody was, super supportive of it.
Yeah, incredible. What a cool story. Waffle House song, we just played it.
Oh, yay.
What was the inspiration? Were you hanging out at Waffle House? I mean, it's kind of like a date, kind of like a love story, what?
It was actually, so I was playing a gig, and I met this sweet, sweet couple who are my very good friends now. And they told me their story. They're like, we've been married for 30-something years, but our wedding, we just got married just to the piece and then slow danced at a Waffle House. And I was like, that sounds like a country song. So I wrote it, and it was just kind of a funny little thing. And I played it one night, and everybody was like, oh my gosh, I got engaged at a Huddle House. Or they had their own little stories. Their first date was a Hardee's or whatever. So it just kind of resonated. And then Waffle House put it in all the jukeboxes all over the country. So that's always fun. People still send me videos of them either listening to it or dancing to it in the jukeboxes.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. If you go check out Casey's, I think it's on her Instagram page. She's actually in a Waffle House and dials it up on the jukebox. So that's pretty cool. Another video that you did last week, I mean, Toby Keith, the sad passing of Toby, you did an awesome cover of You Shouldn't Kiss Me Like This.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
I mean, that was impressive. I mean, was that in your wheelhouse, or was that just something off the cuff? What?
Oh, I know. I learned it then. So, yeah, that was very much an off-the-cuff kind of thing. So I've known it forever, obviously, but I've never, attempted to play it. And so we've just been Toby Keith. I think I saw him in concert 3 times, and we were just big fans. And so, I just wanted to sing a song I knew I liked. So, it was just kind of stuff.
It's amazing. Go and check her out. Kearney. She's at KCKearney.com. She's on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. And I think it's on her social medias. If you go check it out, You Shouldn't Kiss Me Like This. And you did an album of acoustic covers, somebody's favorite song.
Yes. It was kind of inspired by just different songs people requested, or just different songs that meant something to either me or somebody else that I knew. And it honestly was a good move. It's been really helpful for me, just period. Just, it was nice. I've liked it. I was hesitant at first, and when I went to go do it, because I was like, I'm a songwriter, I need to do originals, but I actually really have appreciated that moment in time where we decided to do the cover album. It was a fun time.
Yeah, it's awesome. There's a Fishing in the Dark. There's all kinds. There's a whole range of covers on somebody's favorite song. Go check it out by Casey. And then, I mean, throw yourself in the fire. You start singing the national anthem at different places.
Yes.
I mean, and then you've been doing it. You did it at the Braves game at the World Series. How did this all happen?
That was so much fun. I just submitted and I never heard anything, and it was like a year later, and then they did. And so anyways, I got to do it like 4 times, and so it was really, really fun. And I had never, the first time I did it, it was 40,000 people. It was actually right out of COVID. It was the first time they opened up for like the full stadium, and so it was packed out, and it was so much fun, and I absolutely loved that whole moment there. And at first you have this like sensation of like drowning because
yeah.
so many, it was the craziest thing because I'd never done it before, but you just fake it till you make it kind of deal, so you act like you did, and I just kind of did. I just went out there and did it.
Yeah, well, I've talked to a lot of people that have done the anthem, and it's different emotions. Like you said, it's almost like you're drowning. I mean, you probably can't even breathe for a minute, and then it's probably like you're in a dream state while you do it. And then what do you feel? Is it like just relief when it's over?
Yeah, it is, and it was really, like, one of the times it was so much fun because I came off of the field, and the cameraman stopped and pulled away from his camera, and he was like, top 5 performance, lady, top 5. And I was like, that was the best, like, you're just relieved. But then when he said that, then afterwards, I was like, oh my gosh, because he didn't have to say anything to me. And it was really, it's an amazing feeling. Because, it's an honor anyways because of what the song is.
Yeah.
So it's a huge honor to sing it. But then I'm a Braves fan, and so then you're here, and it's this big, huge crowd, and it's just like an electric environment. And it's just, it's incredible. And those particular performances opened up a lot of doors, and that's how I was able to get to NFR in Vegas. And, which was my world, we're a rodeo family, so that was my world. So I would say of all the performances, it was the anthem at the NFR, and that was top.
Yeah, well, you just led me right into my next question, because you were just at the NFR this year and you did it.
Yes.
What an outfit. Is that your coat? Did they give that to you? You're looking amazing, Casey.
Thank you. The coat was very fun. The day of I had a whole outfit I was going to wear that I had already planned about. And then the day of the anthem, I'm walking around Cowboy Christmas. I don't know if you're familiar with that, but it's like a big deal. It's a million booths of everything. And I see this jacket, I see this booth, and I was like, look, to the lady that owned the booth, I was like, I'm singing the anthem tonight. It was Rockin' People. Just shout out to them. I was like, I'm singing the anthem tonight. Would you be interested in me wearing this jacket? And I'll shout out social medias and stuff like that. And she's like, we don't even have social medias, but yes, that would be cool. And so, yeah, I got to wear it. And the jacket was like insanely expensive. I would have never bought it in a million years, but it was absolutely gorgeous. And then I went and got jewelry from Samsville Gallery, and they let me borrow it too, which was also really expensive. And that was very fun.
Yeah, go and check her out. There's pictures of her on her social media. You're a very attractive, you're a very beautiful lady anyway, Casey, but man, you just looked amazing at the NFR and probably completely knocked it out of the park. Go and check her out, CaseyKearney.com. She's on Facebook, Instagram. Go to YouTube, check out all of her stuff. Born to Rodeo is her latest single, and it is out now. You had a couple singles earlier this year. Was it you? Was it me? Was this a session guitarist? The guitar solo is just incredible.
Yeah, so I did that one. So actually, they recorded that in Nashville, and I did the vocals at home in Florida.
Okay.
So yeah, it was Nashville musician that played on that, but I wasn't there when they recorded that one. But yeah, it was fun surprise when they sent it to me, and I got to hear it. Yeah, it was killer. I loved it. Yeah,
the guitar's amazing. And then the video you did, and it's like you and 10 women. It's all women on the production.
Yeah, and we did that with iPhones. It was one of my favorite projects because it was me and a couple of my friends, and we used iPhones. We just learned a lot about iPhone videography and editing. We did it all ourselves. And that was a really cool project. It's one of those ones that's close to my heart because we just interviewed all of these really awesome women and who had just unique fields and just, they could be dubbed as crazy, but they're super, just killer women who do amazing, overachieving type things, and they were fun.
Yeah, it was all women on the video shoot, so that's pretty cool. And then What Matters Today? I'm listening to this song, and I was like, this is an amazing song. How hard is it to write it? Is it easy or is it hard to write a song about yourself? Because this is all about your life.
That's the hardest. So that was the closest thing that I've probably written, like closest to my heart kind of deal. And when I wrote it, I didn't really want to perform, and I even still don't, because sometimes, because I don't like to be like, super emotional, and I'll be that when I need to be, but like I don't want to cry on stage. And that particular one, when I first wrote it, I had a hardest time making it through it, and I just was like not. So then eventually we recorded it, and I will still do it some, but it is hard. It's hard to write it, and it's hard to perform it when it's that close to my heart.
Yeah, it's a very personal song, and it's a great song. What Matters Today? Go and check it out, because it's all about her and all about her starting to play music and the kids and everything. It's great. Well, we got to ask you, Micah, your son, he got in an accident like a week ago or so. How's he doing?
He's doing okay. He's got him a healthy little dose of, PTSD from it a little bit. He's doing okay. It was ironic that the song Born to Rodeo, when the line in the song says, I'm living on Red Bull in a dream. And that was a fight that I've had with this kid for months and months and months. Like, Micah, you have to sleep, you have to sleep. So it was ironic the week before the song comes out that's about that line. He falls asleep while he's driving. So we're thankful that he's okay. Like, he's safe and sound. He just had a scratch. He's in a tank of a truck. I mean, it's just that thing is indestructible. And we unfortunately, one of the horses didn't make it, and so that was hard. It was his friend's horse, which makes it even worse. Oh. It's not even his horse, and so I mean, there's a lot of not fun about it for sure. But he's doing okay.
Yeah, he fell asleep driving, pulling 3 horses, and luckily he just hit the guardrail or something and was all right.
It was a culvert, and the trailer disconnected and fell on its side. And he had rodeoed that morning in Biloxi, and then he had went up to Middle Alabama, and he was practicing roping. So, I mean, it really was all it was very rodeo related. They had just left the Waffle House. It was... he had just been up for too long. He needed some sleep, and thankfully he was following his friend, so he wasn't going, super fast. We're just thankful it wasn't any worse than it was.
Exactly, that everyone's all right, because I mean he's going to be able to bounce back. He's got a big thing coming up at the end of this month. What's he doing? This Ironman rodeo roping gig?
We leave for Guthrie, Oklahoma next week. He'll compete against 10 other cowboys that have been selected, and they're high school rodeo, athletes, and they've been selected across the country. And you have to be able to team rope. You have to be able to head, heel, steer wrestle, and calf rope. And so he'll compete in all 4 of those events, and for the title of Junior Ironman. And the first place wins $20,000, and it's the title. This was his ultimate goal that he wanted to do, so he's so excited that he was able to make it, to even compete.
Yeah, that's impressive to be top 10 in the country. So is he still in high school?
He is. He's a junior.
Oh, okay. Wow, he's only a junior.
He is.
Huh. Well, what a stud. He's been working hard. It's paying off for him. So good luck to Micah at the end of this month. Go check it out. February 29th, he starts it. It goes for 2 or 3 days. Your producer, Doug, how did you meet him?
I met Doug, just some connections down here in Florida, and they were really nice, and we wrote a little bit, and then they connected me. They were like, I think you need to work with this guy, Doug, in Nashville. And so he has produced just about all of my music, and he just is great. I feel like he's a mind reader. He knows what I'm saying, even if I don't know how to get it out. We've written a lot, and he's produced a lot of my music, and he's been fantastic. Yeah,
he does an amazing job. And what is this? You guys are writing songs for other people, or what is this, Casey?
So that Life and Lyrics thing, that was a moment. I was playing a lot of shows, and when I play a lot of solo shows, I do a lot of songs that I write that are just, people will tell me their story, and I'll just write their story. You know what I mean? Whether it's funny, happy, sad, whatever, I'll just write their story. And every time I would perform those songs, then people would come up afterwards and they'd be like, but I have a song and I have a story. Would you please write it? So we kind of started making it a thing. And we got a couple of them were poems that people wrote that they wanted turned into songs that me and Doug were able to kind of collaborate and make those into songs. And then some of them were just life stories of their either loved ones or just ideas that they had. And it's been a fun thing. I like doing it. I love just putting people's ideas, putting my own spin on people's ideas and making it something. So, yeah.
Wow. You've got the gift. That's for sure. If you can do that, take people's ideas and turn them into a song or a poem or whatever, that's pretty awesome. Go check her out, Casey Kearney. It's KEARNEY.com. She's on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Born to Rodeo. You're going to hear here in just a minute. Born to Rodeo, you say you always want to do a rodeo song. You completely knocked this out of the park. Was this hard? Was this easy? How was this writing this thing?
At first, it was hard. So at first, I had a million ideas, and I was all over the place. And I was talking to a couple of my songwriter friends. He's like, you're probably writing 3 different songs at one time. You just got to throw it down, you know? And I just couldn't do it. And then, like I said, I was getting on to my son Micah because he wasn't sleeping. And he's like, Mama, I'm just living on Red Bull in a dream. And I was like, I'm probably going to use that line in a song someday, but you're still in trouble. And so I did. I ended up going home that next day and sitting down, and it just came together super quick. So after struggling for a couple weeks just to try to narrow down what direction I wanted to go and write a rodeo song that really hadn't been written yet, you know, from the mom's perspective. And you can talk about all the things, the rodeo, but there's a million songs that do that. And so anyways, as soon as he told me that, then I was like, he was just born to do this. Like, we can't keep fighting this because this is what obviously he was made to do. So anyways, I wrote it. It came together quickly after I had that line there. So I put him on as a co-writer, and he was happy.
Yeah. Well, in the gold belt buckle at the beginning, they gave you a gold belt buckle at the NFR.
They did. They gave me, and my family all has like 100. They have tons that have any. And so I have the one that matters because mine doesn't. So it was always a joke that I was a buckle bunny or whatever. And then when I got my NFR buckle, then it's been fun.
Yeah. Well, goals for this year? I know you're hitting the road around Micah's rodeoing at the end of this month. What do we got going on? More stuff this year? What do we got planned?
I do. I have quite a few different rodeos I'm performing at. Actually, I'll be at Cowtown in Fort Worth at the Stockyards next week. So while we're out west, I'll perform out there some. And, we've got just a bunch of different things on the books. I'd play middle of the week in Florida, but then if we're rodeoing or gigging on the weekends, it's typically live. So it's fun. I have quite a few songs that are going to get released over the next few months that I'm very excited about. So Born to Rodeo, I love, and then these other ones all have their own identity to them. So I'm excited to get them released as well.
Go and follow her. Go and like her. Lots more stuff coming from Casey Kearney, and you're going to love this song, Born to Rodeo. Casey, thanks so much for coming on.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it so much.
It's Born to Rodeo. It's Casey Kearney. It's KIX 96.5.